Do you oversee a 403B plan? Does your school or nonprofit offer one? If so, you should know that big changes have come to the 403B environment within the last couple of years, changes that affect the role of the employer. Basically, the IRS wanted 403Bs to work more like 401Ks. After more than 40 years without major changes to 403Bs, it was decided that it was time to iron out the differences. Prior to 2009, school employees and employees of smaller nonprofits pretty much managed their retirement accounts on their own. No more. As of January 1st, 2009, employers were required to take more responsibility for plan oversight and keep an eye on loans and hardship distributions. You need a written plan document. The IRS has made this mandatory. Besides outlining the material provisions of the 403B, it has to define the responsibilities of the employer, the annuity contract issuer, other service providers, and plan participants when it comes to the following topics: contribution limits, benefits, eligibility, loan procedures, contract descriptions, hardship withdrawals, and the timing and nature of distributions from the plan. In 2009, the employer shoulders the responsibility for contributions, distributions, and plan supervision. New rules about transferring assets. For years, 403B plan participants could independently move 403B assets into an investment provided by an insurer or a mutual fund through a 90-24 transfer. This could be done without the employer's permission. Under the new regulations, you have to know about it. There is still the possibility of an asset exchange from one plan vendor to another, but now you must have a written agreement indicating you have approved both the new investment provider and the new investment product chosen by the employee. Also, an employee may request the transfer of assets from your 403B program to another 403B sponsored by a different qualified employer if that new employer plan accepts transfers. Additionally, an employee's 403B savings can be transferred to purchase permissive service credits in a defined benefit pension plan offered through the government. Today, no 403B plan may be found to discriminate in favor of highly compensated employees in regard to employer contributions and after-tax employee contributions. However, 403B programs offered by many schools or arranged by religious institutions may be exempt from this non-discrimination test. There are new requirements for plan vendors. They must sign agreements with employers as a consequence of the new IRS rules. They must agree to assist employees in calculating maximum elective deferrals and to administer distributions, along with correct income tax reporting of these distributions and applicable loans from the plan. They also have to agree to share information on any and all employee accounts with the employer or any third-party plan administrator. The 2009 contribution limits have been set by the IRS to be for 2009 $16,500, and the 50 and older catch-up contribution limit has been bumped up to $5,500 for 2009. Some plans get an extension. Church-sponsored 403B plans have until January 1st, 2010 to comply with the new regulations. 403B plans maintained according to collective bargaining agreements in effect on or before July 26 of 2007 have until July 26, 2010, or the scheduled expiration date of the agreement to comply, whichever comes earlier. So does your plan need to change? These 403B changes are major, and this has simply been an informal summary of those changes and should not be taken as advice or guidance. In the wake of these alterations, there are some important questions worth considering. Should you call in a third-party administrator, a TPA, or keep things in-house? Do you have an investment policy statement, an IPS in place? Should you move to a 401k? This is the time to talk with someone who knows the plan details, a financial consultant who has helped nonprofits prepare and adjust to the new regulations. If you have any questions about the changes I've mentioned, please contact me either by email, debbie@soundfinancialpartners.com, or by phone at 206-749-5111. Thank you.